Hi, Zonkyu. So this is the Gold Pro indicator and the Gold Pro arrows, right? And the Gold Pro dashboard. And then this is called Gold Stuff. That's something else, but I want the HMA Gold Pro strategy. It's called the HMA Gold Pro TDI strategy because it uses the TDI, it uses the Gold Pro, and the HMA. But also, I'm looking at the MA, the MA20 and the 50. This is the MA20 and this is the MA50. But you'll notice the HMA is the white and the pink. Okay. Now, maybe you think this, maybe we don't need all of them, but we can have each indicator have a true or false. So let me show you. So this was your signal to sell, and then look at my arrow. Well, first let me explain the TDI. So every time the green line, which is kind of like the green is like the RSI and the stochastic put together. That's what the green line I've noticed. Okay. When the green line crosses, ignore the blue, like whatever that is, Bollinger or whatever that is. But green crosses the red and the yellow and the 50 line. Right when it crosses, that's a good sell. And that's around the same time you have your thing there. And I have my HMA coming down. And sometimes you can have your MA20 crossing the 50. So maybe that could be an option. So same thing here. Look, you got the green line crossing the yellow, red, and the 50. And then boom, we got a signal. And then we also have the HMA white. Now there's times that it crosses up on the 32 or down on the, what is it, the 68. It's kind of like the RSI 70 and 30, but it's a 28 and 68. So if you'll notice on the short positions, okay, that's the 50. Let's see, here's one. This one here, it crosses down past the red and the yellow, and then we got a signal very close. So I don't know if there's a way to tell the filter that when this happens, a couple candles ago, however many candles ago, was there a indication from the Gold Pro? Because obviously this was a couple candles later. Here's another one. Oh, and by the way, this is another thing. So when it crosses, like I said, the red. Actually, you know what? I don't even think it needs to cross the yellow when it's up on the 68. It just needs to cross the red and the 68, and then we are in line with your signal. Um, but even when, if you notice these high points where you don't have a signal right here, whenever the green line crosses the blue, look, it's usually a nice big sell off. Same thing here, crosses the blue. Oh, we didn't have a good thing there. But over here, so anyways, these 2 points are kind of what I'm referring to. And then over here, same thing. Uh, we have the green crossing the red and the yellow and the 50, and then you got a signal. The red, the yellow, and the 50, up or down for the 50 line. But on the 68, I don't think we need the yellow line. Maybe the yellow line should be above the 50. I don't know. Maybe we can study that. But like in this case, we have a signal over here. We have the green crossing the red and the yellow and the 50. And the 50 is above the yellow is above the 50, and we got a signal. And we also have a white HMA. And yeah, and then but the MA starts to change later. So maybe we don't need the MA 20 and the MA 50. What else do we got? Let's see. Here's another one. Um, you have the turning of the crossing all the yellow, red 50 line. And that was not a signal, but look, it was a good entry. See that? But then we have another entry where it crossed. No, see, this is not good. This crossed, this broke out on the 68 above, and then we have a signal. So, I mean, it worked out beautifully. So somehow your signal knows a breakout happened. Hmm. So I guess if our green crosses the 68 and we get a signal, maybe that's a good thing. That could be a third indicator or third entry point. And now what if we just did your signal by itself? Well, I think your signal was wrong here and it wasn't here. It would have taken an entry, but my exit edge or the changing of the HMA could have closed it. So my exit edge, I didn't put it on this time, but I was looking at it over here. Oh man. Uh, so over here, you'll notice that like on some of these, like this little small entry here, the exit edge would have stopped it out right here. Another little one here, the exit edge would have caught it right here. And here's another little one. Uh, this one would have got stopped out. No, that one wouldn't even have went in. Let me see. Yeah, that was not that would this one would not have gone in because on the TDI and the HMA we don't have a buy signal, so that would not have kicked in. See, we don't have a buy on the HMA, and we don't have a crossing above the 50, so that would have not worked. It wouldn't have taken the trade anyways. Um, Here, this one, the exit edge would have caught it there, but if I would just only tell it to do the strong exit edge, it would take a big more pips. And then this one would have maybe got stopped out once it turned the HMA. So it would have got stopped out right away. So, and this one here wouldn't have, yeah, this one would have worked as well. And then it would have got stopped out right about here with the change of the HMA. So we could set it to close on the strong exit edge, the big circle in the X, and then take these trades. This could be the new HMA strategy. This way it uses your indicators. It uses the TDI, which is simple, HMA, and I think we're good to go. That'll trade the gold. I don't know what it looks like on the 28 pairs on the 4-hour chart, but seems like it'll work the same. But anyways, maybe this is a way that it won't have to cost me so much. So let me know what you think. And yeah, I'm excited. Um, I do want to I do want to make sure that when I set the lazypreneur that I know that if I turn everything off, there's nothing is on accidentally. In other words, if I'm running the HMA Gold Pro TDI strategy that and I turn everything else off, that it will really genuinely be this strategy. By just clicking the strategy filters, HMA, TDI, Gold Pro strategy, click and then turn all the at the top where it says strategy filters, it'll override anything that's checked below. So that way I know that nothing's interfering. All right. So this is the new HMA TDI Gold Pro Strategy.